So, been streaming a lot of stuff lately. I know you have. What do you got to talk about today?
So I actually have a theater one.
Theater one first. Okay.
We've been kind of inundated lately with murder mystery movies.
Oh, yes.
And most of them have been subpar.
Yeah, that's a nice way to...
Yeah. And I went and saw Knives Out. And I wouldn't have.
Yeah.
Because it's another murder mystery, but it was rated really well, and there was nothing else at the theaters I wanted to see, and I wanted to go see a movie, and I'm like, we will try it. And it is really good.
Okay.
It's really good. I don't think I necessarily agree with... A lot of people seem to think this is an amazing movie.
Okay.
And I don't think it was necessarily amazing. I did have a couple of problems with it, but for the most part, it was really good. The cast is amazing. Jamie Lee Curtis, Don Johnson, Daniel Craig, Michael Shannon.
Yeah.
Like, it has a really good Chris Evans, who plays a not Captain America character, and like it's just got a really good cast. It's got a really good story, and it is a murder mystery. An old man dies, and of course he's wealthy, and all of his gold digging children show up to read the will and see who gets the money. And but at the same time, it's been declared I believe a suicide, and so they're there just to kind of bury him, get their money, go on their way.
Right.
Except Daniel Craig is there, and he is this great detective, and oddly enough, he's supposed to be from Kentucky, so Daniel Craig speaks with this bad southern accent the entire time, which is actually funny. And he tells them that somebody has mysteriously hired him, that someone just sent him an envelope of cash and is like, here, go investigate. And there's no name on it. And so he is there, and he finds it all kind of suspicious that all of these people are there, and the way he died is kind of suspicious. So we get the murder mystery, and he goes and interviews people. And they all play these almost like one-dimensional characters. Like, so the entire family, so it's the entire family, the wives, the kids of the, husbands and wives. And then there's the main character is technically she was the nurse to the old man. And I almost want to say they're just kind of one-note characters, but there's this big array of them. Mm-hmm. So you get all these different things. So it's perfectly fine. And honestly, if you have that many characters and an hour and a half, 2 hours to tell the story, you can't really go that in-depth on them. So I think just kind of giving them one, characteristic works really well.
Yeah.
And some of them are really unique and funny. The nurse cannot lie without throwing up. She can lie, but immediately pukes. And so this is hilarious and works. It works really well for Daniel Craig, because if everyone starts, lying to him, or he doesn't believe what they're telling him, he's just going to go ask the nurse, because he knows she has to tell him the truth. And it's hilarious, and at the same time it's actually a genuinely good murder mystery, because it really doesn't seem like he's murdered. It really seems like he committed suicide, but you got to know he's got to have been murdered, because otherwise it's not a murder mystery.
Right. Why would someone hire a detective if nobody was murdered?
But their character flaws all come into play, and they're all there's just no way he could have been murdered. And it's, how did this happen? And then it begins to unfold, and you learn a little bit more and a little bit more, like a good murder mystery should. But it was definitely one where I did not see that coming. A lot of times we end up, it's the whatever.
Yeah.
A few minutes in, but I didn't do that, and that was really good. But it did something weird, and that weird thing is the only reason I say this is not a great movie, but a good one.
Oh.
And that's the fact that it reveals what actually happened to him about halfway through the movie. So the murder mystery there's still a mystery at that point without being too spoilery.
Okay.
But
they take away most of the mystery in the middle of the movie.
So basically the mystery shifts from who did it or how it was done to, okay, how are we going to prove this, and how are we going to, get them, and all that.
'Kay.
And that should have been fine, but I don't know. I was really invested in the murder mystery at the first,
Right.
and then
so you felt like, okay, we're done.
yeah, it really did. And when I remember when they revealed, I remember sitting in the chair thinking, it does not feel like I've been in here for an hour and a half. You know,
Yeah.
it felt like I've been in here for 45 minutes, and I'm like, wow, I can't believe the movie is over. And then it kept going, and it kept going, and it kept going, and I'm like, what the? And it's like, well, but we know, like, we're done.
Yeah.
Problem over. And to me, that kind of threw me off a little bit, and it did feel disjointed, like it was two different movies. Like you got the murder mystery, and then we got the sequel to the murder mystery, all in one movie. And I thought that detracted from it. And like I said, most people it did not, because this thing is like super highly rated. But Don Johnson doing his thing, Jamie Lee Curtis doing hers. I don't know, the lady that played the nurse was really good, and I don't know what her name is. Michael Shannon I always like in pretty much everything he does. There's some other faces that are gonna like pop up in there that if you don't know the names, you will know the faces and be like, I can remember seeing that guy in movies, especially if you're a little bit older and have watched movies for a long time. And that was all fun. Daniel Craig does a really good job, and like everybody just plays these kind of weird and kooky characters, and they all come together to make a really interesting story. And like I said, most people like love this thing. So if you like murder mysteries, if you think the other ones were just okay-ish, then I really think this one would be great too. Again, it's in theaters, so not a streaming option. But if you wanted to give it a try, I definitely think this is a good one to give it a try. It was very, very enjoyable.
Well,
way more than what I was expecting to.
I had heard good things and meant to see it. I just have not made it out. It's been a crazy, the holidays and things. So yeah.